So no joke, last Friday night, I got woken up by a severe thunderstorm warning blaring on my phone at like 4 in the morning. Happened again tonight, 2 weeks in a row, on Friday nights at like 3 in the morning. What on earth?
This is an emergency message from Knox County Alert. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for your area.
Totally irrelevant because it looks like the thunderstorms have kind of gone away. They've left a little bit of a mess, but it is April 1st. ArieForce One opening weekend. ArieForce One just opened to the public yesterday. I wasn't able to go yesterday, but right now, today, I'm about to make the drive down to Atlanta. A nice zen 3-hour drive. Just me and my thoughts and the open road. So yeah, I'm excited. It's a new RMC hybrid opening up at Fun Spot America, which is basically like just a go-kart track. I got a couple of fair rides and now this giant RMC hybrid. Kind of out of nowhere, but I'm totally here for it. I talked to some people that rode it yesterday and they said it is absolutely incredible, so can't wait. All right, I have made it to Fun Spot America, Atlanta. There's a lot more trees around here than I expected. So it's quite a bit south of Atlanta. It's not that far south, but you definitely get out into the suburbs, but then you just hit like rural and then you're here. So it's very close into Atlanta, hence the name, but it's also kind of out here in the middle of nowhere. You can see they have a huge parking lot. It's like all dirt and gravel, but mostly dirt and grass, but it is laid out for you to be able to park way far back there. A lot of parking space for a park of this size that's basically just like a go-kart track. So I assume they're expecting ArieForce One to bring in a lot of crowds. It does look amazing on the road as you're driving up. You kind of like turn the corner and then you can see it kind of pop out of the trees and then it's right there. It looks enormous from the road and it was cycling right when I drove by and it looks like it's hauling pretty fast. So I'm excited. I do need to get lunch, but I'm gonna try to get at least 1 or 2 rides before lunch. They had a sign up at the gate saying that parking is free today. So I don't know if they normally charge for parking or what, or if the parking rate changes based on the day. It's a little sloshy, the ground here, because big storms last night into this morning, hence me being woken up at 4 a.m. Knox County alerts.
This is an emergency message from Knox County Alert.
But yeah, we are about to head in to the park. There it is over there. Very tall lift hill. Pretty, well, it's a freaking moat. Life is great. Yes, it is, because we're about to ride that. And just a fair warning before we get inside, it was a pretty windy day and my camera did pick up a lot of that, so just be prepared for some wind noise, and it does get significantly worse as the day progresses. Just went through the ticketing line. I already had like 3 employees saying like, oh, lightning ride, love that ride. So, I mean, that's the energy here today. I've already seen people, I haven't talked to anybody yet, but I've seen people with Knott's Berry Farm shirts, saw Cedar Point shirt, so definitely a lot of enthusiasts here today, but then a lot of just, you can tell, just locals around too, so that's pretty cool. So I'm guessing this used to be their old parking lot when it was just the go-kart tracks before they added the rides. So that's a little weird, kind of pulling a Dollywood with the way they just build on top of the parking lot without replacing the old parking lot. But that thing is incredible. The sun's shining off of it. It's like shiny, brand new. I've never really been on a brand new ride before, at least not this new. It just opened to the public yesterday. This will be the newest ride I've ever been on. You know, when I walked through security, you had to like go through a metal detector. And I told them I had metal stuff in my backpack and they were like, yeah, whatever. So I went through. It set off the metal detector, but then they were just like, you're good. Didn't even check the bag. So, like, pseudo security? I don't know. That is it's a big air sign here. Pretty wild. So it actually goes like over the arcade building and there's more behind it. Comes back over to a little quad down that doesn't look as good as Lightning Rod's quad down, but still looks incredible. So there's a lift hill back there. It's definitely a lot bigger in person than it looks on video. I guess that's true of like any ride ever. You can see still where, you know, all parking lots and roads used to be. They really just threw this in here, but very cool nonetheless. So the entrance is centralized here. So it has the sign. There's like running water coming from somewhere. Right as you enter in under these 2 airtime hills here, here's your test seat. which is currently covered in water because it was raining earlier today. But there you go. It's got the new swing axle trains that have the kind of weird lap bars compared to like lightning rod, which I'm used to. And there's a little photo op spot here as well. So there's a nice selfie there. Current wait time is estimated to be 15 minutes. So let's go. They are running 2 trains. Yeehaw. Although that train looks mostly empty, so I don't know why it says 15 minutes. And we've made it to the entrance, past the temporary queue. So here's the permanent queue. I'm assuming the temporary queue is just for like opening weekend, although it looks like it's not as crowded here as they expected. So as soon as you enter into the queue building under here, it's pretty loud because all the mechanics from the station are totally exposed. But there's some cool theming you can see right here. It kind of reminds me... Shut up. This kind of reminds me of Orion at Kings Island, all of the like flight-based theming here, and the workbench and stuff, so that's pretty cool. Around inside the interior of the queue, you'll see kind of like these rocket fuel barrels. Over here, there's some more of that. Some general spacey looking tubing and pipes and blah, 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 blah. There's another photo op wall over at the wheelchair and ADA elevator. There's a deck A theming thing. So that actually is a little bit of theming down here, which is pretty cool. There's some other just random. I think these are like old control panels off of rides. So yeah, let's go. Some station theming as well. You see some like little light up things by the control panel, TV, blah blah blah. Going for the back row here for my first ever ride. Holy freaking crap. Don't want to speak too soon, but I think that might be better than Lightning Rod. That might be my new #1, which I didn't think it would be, but like it's so intense, so whippy. The airtime is definitely more abrupt than Lightning Rod. I think Lightning Rod has better airtime, more sustained, probably stronger. This is just violent. That's probably my only problem with it, is it's so violent that like you get thrown around enough that it kind of hurts your back a little bit. I don't know how many rides in a row I'll be able to do, but I'm gonna go for a few more, see how I feel about it. I was in the back row for that one, so maybe it won't be like quite as painfully whippy in like the front, but yeah. So right here is where the mini golf course used to be. You can see some of the theming left from that. Some of the holes were around that, but they got rid of the mini golf course for this. Worthy trade-off in my opinion. But yeah, I just got off my third ride. That is insane in literally every conceivable way. And the fact that it's opening weekend and it basically doesn't have a line tells me that it'll pretty much probably not have a line most of the year, which means this is somewhere where you can come and ride a kick-ass RMC with no wait most of the time, it seems, which is, I mean, sounds pretty awesome to me. I'm gonna go inside their arcade building here, which is like Wild West theme. It's very interesting, but I'm gonna find somewhere to get some water because I'm pretty thirsty. Oh, wait. Oh, is that it? Oh, that's cool. Well, they lie about the cups part, but I do have a bottle of water. Let's see if there's anything in here. There is indeed water in here, and it does taste at least pretty purified, so that's delicious. Here are the park rules, if anyone's interested. Pretty standard stuff for most amusement parks. Here's the indoor arcade. Oh, it's actually a pretty nice arcade with like mostly new machines and stuff. Cool. All right, it is 1:30, but before I eat lunch, I gotta get some more. Like, it's so good. It's like crack. Oh, no, it's 51 minutes now. Dang it. Wow, that ride is something else. What the heck? So let's think ride number 5, 6. I'm starting to lose count. I gotta get my count back together. I was just riding and not paying any attention. Now we just aimlessly search the arcade building for a restroom. Feels like Beach Bend in here, and it smells like Beach Bend in here. What is this, indoor bumper cars? Wow, this place just keeps getting weirder. Well, there's restrooms, so it's all the way on the far end, closest to like the park entrance. Serious Beach Bend vibes, a little more colorful than Beach Bend, but still. John's Feed, Chicken Feed, Shovels, Wheat, Livery, Stable, Horse Trainer, Wagons to Let, and a mine. I can't get over the apparent requirement for every park to have something related to a mine, whether they're actually a themed park or not. I don't know, it cracks me up. It's actually a pretty nice facade though, not gonna lie. So good. I've been here for like over an hour, and all I've done is ride this ride, even though it doesn't have a wait. There isn't like another credit here to get. They have go-kart tracks, which is kind of what Fun Spot's known for. I'll get around to those. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay because I gotta drive all the way home tonight, which is gonna be like 4 hours apparently. So I don't know. I'm just gonna keep riding this for now. Dang, a ride this good should not exist at like a budget park, but it does somehow. It isn't even budget. Like I said, it's basically just a go-kart track with a few fair rides, and then this is here for some reason. This is awesome. So apparently they own like a ton of all this land over here too. So there are apparently future expansions in the works for all of this land. I know they talked about at one point like adding a water park or a on-site hotel, which sounds pretty crazy for a park of this size to have an on-site hotel, but they did mention that was something they were at least considering at one point, so it'll be interesting to see what else we get here. It's almost 3 p.m. I figure I should get lunch. So they have the diner we saw earlier, which basically just sells many variations of hot dogs, and there's some food trucks around too, so we'll see what I want to get here. Alright, I'm gonna be basic, and I'm just gonna get some chicken tenders from Clucky's. They got little tables to sit down and eat. Right? These are like temporary tables? No, kind of, maybe. At least there's some shade. The sun is like coming out. It is pretty wild. I get a view of ArieForce One while I eat, obviously. Lunch views don't get much better than this, do they? Heck yeah. They put a bit of like seasoned salt on the fries. It's actually really good. Not bad at all, actually. Couldn't finish all of that. It didn't look like as much as it ended up being. Like the more you eat, it was like the amount of food didn't deplete, but you know, I'm stuffed full of chicken tenders now. So here's the part where I aimlessly walk through this arcade building and try to find some semblance of a gift shop, because I really want like an ArieForce One t-shirt or something, but I'm not seeing anything resembling a gift shop anywhere, so I don't really know. It's a nice arcade though. Mostly new machines. There's some old ones back here, it looks like. That's cool. There's a Galaga cabinet, Miss Pac-Man. There's a few older cabinets. That's good. Sweet. We got RMC poster up in here. I think right around here is where the Zero G rule flips over the arcade. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it in here. I'll stay a second and find out. I guess it's a little farther over there than I thought, but it's cycling now, so I'm gonna go over there and see if I can hear it. I just barely missed getting my camera out, but yeah, you can hear it. Whenever you try to come back over, it like makes the entire arcade just roar in here. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, they got the fakey airtime. What does that even mean? I love his element names. So bathrooms are interesting. They're not bad by any means, but it's like they're not industrial toilets or industrial sinks or anything. They're just like normal house toilets, it appears, with a tank and everything. Then they're also just normal house sinks. Like I'm pretty sure they're like the same sinks that like I have in my bathroom in my apartment. So definitely kind of interesting. It's weird because they have this massive RMC coaster here, but then the entire rest of the park is still very much in like small FEC phase. Creates a kind of interesting dynamic. Not exactly a clash, but some things do seem a little weird to go back and forth between the two. This is where wind noise starts to get real bad, so be warned. I didn't notice there's like a path over here. It doesn't say do not enter. Oh yeah, we can walk over here. I saw several people walking over here earlier, but I didn't notice what they were doing. Yes, I saw tons of people walking back here like all day, and there's already tons of videos on YouTube of people walking back here, so I'm sure if Fun Spot doesn't want people walking back here, then they'll put up a sign or a fence or something at this point. But yeah, like lots of enthusiasts and nerds were walking back here all weekend. Dang, look how high in the air that is. I don't think I realized while riding it, like, how high up that is. There's really no way to put it in the camera where you'll be able to get, like, the sense of scale. That's what I find with like, most roller coasters and stuff. You just can't get a sense of scale watching videos. You have to be here in person. Holy crap. Yeah, how to make turns not quite as crazy, but that is up there. But I gotta get this footage, and really all I need to do before I go is I want to get a few more rides on this and get the 2 other coasters, but I can do the go-karts another day, to be perfectly honest. That flip there is just one of the most intense things I was just in no way expecting. When you come up there and then you just violently flip over almost instantaneously. It almost hurt the first time because I wasn't expecting it, so I wasn't braced for it or anything. Freaking wild. Love that. So most of your traffic from Atlanta is going to be coming this way. So they, like I did this morning, see this as they drive by. It really catches your eye. Thing is hauling. You'll probably be able to tell from the videos. Oops, I forgot for the warning. It's like really windy today. It's just been getting more and more windy as the day progresses, which would normally cause coasters to slow down, but then this thing is just hauling through its layout. I was thinking earlier, like, I hope it doesn't go down for wind, but after riding it a few times, I was like, This thing's going so fast, there's no way that wind's gonna shut it down. There's just, I don't know what the tolerance is, because most coasters, just when the wind hits a certain speed, they shut down. But that's gotta be pretty high for this one, because dude, it just goes.
So yeah, those armbands are only good for like the rides that she's able to go on, but she needs to, like, think go-karts, bumper boats, bumper cars, but she's not tall enough for those, right? So that's not a regular armband. The red pen, the red pen for her, I'll give you guys one. If y'all go by the arcade, y'all can upgrade if you want to.
Alright, just did like 8 rides in a row with a few other enthusiasts I met. One is actually from my hometown, like near Nashville, which is like totally wild that we happen to be here on the same day from the same place. Just crazy. I usually don't film when I like just meet people because I feel weird sticking a camera in their face and then trying to explain I have a tiny amateur YouTube channel. But you know, still a blast. Yeah, just awesome. Okay, so I found the gift shop. It's an ArieForce One specific gift shop. It's right across from the entrance. I don't know how I missed it. It's called Space Junk. Get it? It's like, you know, the rides are going into space, you know, and whatever. All right, I got the Nano Coaster because, of course, I did. I'm surprised they have a Nano Coaster, but pretty awesome. And then a t-shirt. So there's a t-shirt. Pretty sick. All right, literally all that I've ridden today is ArieForce One, so I figure I might as well get the other 2 credits. There are 2 other coasters here, 3 total coasters, of course ArieForce One, and there are 2 E&F Milers, one like E&F Miler kiddie coaster, and one that's kind of one of their bigger family coaster type models. I've been wanting to do one of the E&F Miler kiddie coasters for a while, but every single one I find has a maximum height limit on it, but I don't think this one does, so I should be able to get it. And there's the park entrance, so it's like right when you come in to the left. So literally the other side of the park from ArieForce is where you'll find both of these. So here's the kiddie coaster. It's called, wait for it, Peak Creativity Kiddie Coaster. And over here by this go-kart track is Hurricane, our E&F Miler kind of family coaster here. So it has a bit of a line, but I'll wait it out. Gotta get the credit. That was very weird. The drops were smooth, but then the turnarounds literally like did this. Like the train just like did this. Didn't make any sense. It's just weird. Spider over here is under renovation. It's supposed to open in the summer. Yeah, it's just completely taken apart. But old classic flat right here that I guess they're refurbing up. So that'll be fun to see. Summer 2023 seems pretty close though for the fact that it is in this state, but we're gonna find out. All right, got the 2 credits. Kiddie coaster was an old kiddie coaster. What can I say? Kind of exactly what I expected. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do like one more ride on ArieForce as long as it doesn't have a line, which it hasn't for most of the day. So hopefully we're good. And then I really do need to go. I probably should have left like 30 minutes ago because I do have to drive almost 4 hours to get home. But you know, whatever. Gotta do what you gotta do to ride roller coasters. All right, this thing is absolutely killer. So let's go get one last ride. I'm sure I'll be back here next month. I'm planning to come back with one of my other friends and get a hotel so we can stay for night rides. It sucks because the sun is like getting ready to set, I can tell, but if I wait till I get night rides, I probably won't get home till like 1 in the morning, which is not ideal. So one more ride for me and I'm going home. I didn't even notice they took down the banners that were in here earlier. I guess it got a little too windy for that. Peace out, ArieForce One. Hopefully I'll be back in just a couple weeks to get some night rides, as long as that plan works out. Heading out for my first ever visit to Fun Spot America Atlanta, and a lot of the enthusiasts I was talking to today were like, this is awesome because it's definitely the best coaster in Georgia by a long shot. I haven't been to Six Flags Over Georgia yet, but everyone says this is better than anything there, which makes sense to me. And someone was actually at Six Flags this morning and said everything had like an hour wait, and this is a walk-on, so like, just come over here, you know, get the best coaster in the state as a walk-on. Like, seems like a no-brainer. But yeah, I had so much fun today with ArieForce One. You can see I got like totally sun roasted. I wasn't thinking about that at all. It's like the first day of the year I've been out and the sun's really been shining. I don't have any sunscreen or anything. It's all good. That ride was awesome. My throat hurts from just yelling and cheering that much. I have to check the exact count. I was keeping a tally, but I think I got like probably 15 or 16 rides today, which I know is nothing for some of the other people that were here. Someone that between today and yesterday got like 70 rides, like just absurd. Obviously I wasn't here yesterday, but always fun meeting some new people, especially fun this weekend because it was opening weekend, so you had a lot of coaster enthusiasts here that you could talk to and everything. I figure it won't be that way later. It'll be mostly locals later. Not that you can't talk to locals, but you know, it's a different experience when it's mostly fellow enthusiasts that are riding with you, so it's definitely worth it to come opening weekend. And it's definitely an interesting park. If I come back, I want to spend some more time in the rest of the park. I basically spent my entire day just with that ride and just grabbed the other two coasters at the end for the credits. There's definitely some other interesting stuff going on. The go-kart tracks look like amazing. Overall, it's awesome to see the amount of money and investment and stuff that Fun Spot's putting into this park since they purchased it. Obviously, with the biggest thing now being this $12 million ArieForce One, or $13 million, I don't remember what it was. I'll be interested to see what their strategy going forward is. A lot of the park feels pretty disjointed. There's a lot of stuff that you're not really sure why it's there, just remnants of old things. And overall, outside of ArieForce One's like queue and whole area, the whole park seems to like lack a little bit of polish, almost like they were just kind of slapping things together as they went and were less focused on like pristine planning and more just here, put this here. Even with ArieForce One, you can tell that it was just thrown in where there was space and other stuff was like barely adjusted to work with it rather than like properly master planned. I'm not saying that's a bad thing for a small park like this, but certainly interesting. And if Fun Spot continues investing in the park, which I hear that they are, hopefully they'll start to add a little more polish. I'm not expecting it to be like full-size theme park or full-size amusement park polish, but that's a little more cohesion, I guess. And there's just like so much stuff around that I'm like, what even is that? I don't know if you saw, there's like this like massive fire tower looking thing with cables running down to like a flagpole looking thing by that lake, and then like, why is that lake there? Like, it's all very interesting. There's just a lot of stuff like that. Anyways, I gotta drive home. Oh no, there's snakes in the area. That's not good. But yeah, there's a Buc-ee's between Atlanta and Chattanooga, so I'm gonna go in there real quick. I mean, it's already gonna be like midnight when I get home. What difference does it make? Totally worth it for ArieForce One though. Also worth destroying my voice. It's really catching up with me. You can probably hear it. Like, ugh. I didn't film any inside because that is the most freaking crowded Buc-ee's I've been in like a really long time. I love how they have these like snack cups that just sit in the drink holders. It makes it easy to eat while you're driving. Jalapeno summer sausage and cheese and apples. And there's some cookie dough in there for afterward. But yeah, very quick stop. Gotta get back on the road now. I don't think I'm gonna make it home before midnight, but we're gonna find out. Only time will tell, right? You know, everything hurts, but it was totally worth it. Like, totally worth it. But yeah, it is past midnight now. I'm gonna go get some rest and look forward to some more ArieForce One content soon. Actually, I'll probably upload some other stuff first, like my off-ride footage and stuff, before this vlog goes up, I think. So hopefully there'll be some more ArieForce One related content soon, but some of it's probably already out. So check my channel. And yeah, dude, I am so excited to get back in a couple weeks to get night rides. Hopefully that'll be able to happen. And yeah, I just gotta think a lot about where that ranks, but it's a #1 contender, that's for sure. Yeah, it was a long drive from here to do in a day trip, but like, I feel like it was totally worth it. And there's not many rides where I would say it was totally worth it just for one ride, but that totally definitely was. So thank you for watching and somehow making it this far, and hopefully I'll catch a ride with you again soon.